I get half the wealth, which means I get 500K. I don't have any problem paying up a couple tens of thousands if I've got that much money.
Mindy, I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but you're not going to get a single penny of that inheritance.
But you've got 1 million in inheritance, right?
What, you didn't know?
Trouble busters!
Mindy, what the hell is going on? Why the hell did you have an affair?
I guess I don't have any choice after you found out.
Huh? My name is Alan. I found out that my wife, Mindy, was having an affair, so I'm extremely shaken up. Mindy, I trusted you.
You trusted me? You were just assuming you could trust me. Alan, I want to break up with you. We're going to get a divorce. A divorce!
Divorce, huh?
Relax, I'll pay you your damages. I'm sure it's gotta be around 10, 20K, right?
Are you sure you're okay with that?
Of course I'm okay with that. I've got the inheritance on the way.
Come again?
Yeah, I get half the wealth, which means I get 500K. I don't have any problem paying up a couple tens of thousands if I've got that much money.
500,000? What are you talking about, Mindy?
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. The inheritance that you got from your dad. If you pay that up, then everything is easy for me.
Mindy, I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but you're not going to get a single penny of that inheritance.
I don't get a single penny, huh? That's cool. Wait, what?
I think you heard what I said. I'm saying that you will not see a single penny of that inheritance money that my dad left me.
You must be joking or something, right?
Not at all.
No, you have to tell me that you're just joking now.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not joking at all. A joke isn't a joke.
But you've got 1 million in inheritance, right?
What, you didn't know?
I do know. I know that when we get a divorce, you're supposed to pay me half of the wealth that you have.
Mindy, the thing that you're trying to say is…
I've got it. I figured it out.
Mindy?
I understand how you feel because this must all be so sudden for you.
What?
You must be completely thrown off because the love of your life just told you she hates you and wants to divorce you. I mean, I don't blame you that you'd be all confused if your lovely wife said that she's not interested in you. You were so into me, too.
Mindy…
It's okay. I'll give you some time to calm down. I'm such a kind woman, you know. But I don't want to wait too long, so let's see. I'll give you a minute. 59 more seconds. 58. 57.
I think you're missing the point here. I'm not confused or thrown off or anything at all.
What the hell? What is your problem then?
I've got to check something with you, though.
What is it?
Do you not regret that you had an affair on me at all?
That's what you wanted to talk to me about?
I mean, we always got along so well this whole time. Were you only being kind to me when Dad passed because you wanted to get that money?
Of course it's all just an act. You've really got to learn to read the room from time to time, you know?
What?
But that's all over now, so I'm just acting on my own best interest. Honestly, my heart has completely strayed away from you for a long time now. I don't care about anything except that money. I'll just leave the house and pay the damages before I head on my way. What are you so upset about anyway?
I see. Okay, I'm done. I didn't realize that you were that kind of woman, Mindy. I completely lost my cool after everything she said to me. I have no regrets at all anymore. It's time to move to counterattack. I'm never going to forgive her. Trouble Buster!
So, I'm actually going to get my half of the inheritance, right? How about you stop holding out on me already?
Mindy, you really don't understand the meaning of shared wealth, do you?
Huh? It's easy to understand. Shut up. When we get a divorce, you're supposed to split the wealth half and half. If there is a divorce because of an affair, for example, so the 1 million that you got from your dad, I want half of it. That's it.
50 points.
Huh?
Yes, no matter the reason for the divorce, generally speaking, you have to share the wealth between the two. However, that's only limited to the wealth that was accrued during the marriage itself. For example, if both of us saved up $50,000 in the time that we were married up until we divorced, then both of us get $25,000. There are exceptions, of course, but that's the basics of it.
Your father passed away when we were still married, so I still get some of that, right?
Were you listening to anything I just said?
I was listening. My ears were wide open.
I told you that it was the wealth that we earned together. The money that I got from Dad was something that I inherited, and it doesn't fit the bill of something we earned together, which means that it's not part of the shared wealth.
What? Okay, then I'll accept $100K.
Why is that your conclusion? It's not the amount of money.
Alan, you're really trying to lie to keep all that money for yourself, huh?
It's not a lie or anything. It's been decided by law. It can be 100,000 or 1 cent, but you're not going to get any of it. You can Google it or even talk to my lawyer directly.
It's a waste of time to talk to a lawyer. Let's see. I'll check it out then.
Did you figure it out?
Are you being serious?
It was just like I said, right?
Ugh.
I'm so glad that we've sorted that out, huh?
No, I'm not glad at all. I didn't know about that.
I don't know. The information was literally at your fingertips the whole time.
Shut up. But wait, if I don't get the inheritance...
That means that you're just stuck with the damages you just agreed to pay.
No way.
By the way, you've got no mistakes as far as damages. You had an affair, and that's the reason for the divorce, so you've got to pay.
Ugh, you're so happy just because you're on the winning team now. Oh, but wait a second. I've still got something big to look forward to, don't I?
What is it? You can argue about the inheritance, but it's not going to change anything.
I may not be able to get the inheritance, but we can share each other's wealth, right?
I mean, I guess.
Then we're totally fine. How much savings do you have right now?
My savings?
Come on, spit it out.
About $2,000.
2,000, not 20,000?
Yeah, I said that right. I got my statement here if you want.
Let's see. Oh, you're being serious. Why do you only have 2K? You lived so frugally though, didn't you?
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't have what I don't have.
No money. Okay, then we can share the house and the car, furniture, and all properties within the shared wealth.
The house and the car were purchased before we got married, so it's not part of our shared wealth.
Then what about all the other furniture and electronics? That should count.
I mean, I guess you could split the furniture and electronics, sure. But I mean, they're all fairly cheap, so I don't think you've got much to look forward to. No matter how much you sell all of that, I don't think it's going to reach the amount that you're going to need for that damages money.
Hey, Alan.
What is it?
How much do you think the damages are going to cost me?
Well, let's see. I'll have to talk to my lawyer from now on, but I think it'll be at least around $20,000.
20,000? You're not mistaking that for 2,000.
Don't worry, I'm saying that right.
No, that's just an insane amount of money.
Why? You had an affair for a solid year. On top of that, I think that if you consider the kinds of things you did with that man, it's a fair amount to charge. If anything, if you can pay $20,000 to get away with everything that you've done, it's a fairly cheap cost.
I can't pay that much money.
Why not?
Because that's just way too expensive.
Oh, come on. 2 seconds ago, you were totally fine with spending that much. You were the one that said you'd be willing to pay me.
I thought that I was going to get half the inheritance, and now I'm not going to get half of that, and it's just gonna cost more money to me? It's literally just a lost cause for me.
I mean, if you sell all of the stuff, then I think you'll be making at least some profit.
But it's just a drop in the pond. Alan, you've been messing around with me too much this whole time.
I don't think I am, but you just keep saying things that make no sense. And besides, you're the one that mentioned the furniture.
Ugh, whatever. I can't pay that much money.
Don't worry, it's not concrete yet. You can still have some hope.
How the hell am I supposed to have hope in this? I'm not going to accept this insane price.
Mindy, hang on. Mindy completely lost it after knowing that she wasn't going to get any of that inheritance money. She must have panicked from the damages thing. She ran out of the house because she was furious. I mean, I don't mind where she runs to. I'm not going to change my mind. Mindy? And both of your parents, too?
I've come back for you.
Hello, Alan. It's been a long time.
Let's make everything clear today, Alan.
What do you mean?
About the damages.
I think that it's pretty clear you're in the wrong. We just need to get the paperwork going, and I'll charge you what my lawyer and I think is fair. That's it.
You're only going to be all tough like this for a little while.
I heard everything from my daughter, Alan. You've really disappointed me. What are you talking about? About the divorce. We don't really like the way things are going. I'm really sorry about all of this going on, sir, but I want you to understand that this is all going down because Mindy had an affair. I've got proof and everything. Yes, I am aware that Mindy had an affair. I don't blame you that you want to divorce her either.
But it was partially your fault that she had an affair too, right?
Huh? I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at. What the hell are they talking about, Mindy? Not what are they talking about. From what I heard, you never really cared about Mindy at all, did you?
You were gone for an entire week almost. Yes, Alan just never really talked to me or cared about me at all.
Alan, I'm really sorry that my daughter did this to you, and I'm sure that she's at fault for it. But I think that if you had just paid a little more attention to her, then maybe this wouldn't have happened, huh?
Yeah, if Alan had just talked to me or messaged with me even once, then I would have been fine. I was so lonely.
Mindy took care of you the whole time while you were grieving over your father.
But still.
I heard about the damages too. Apparently it had quite the price tag. It was a fair price considering the duration of the affair and number of times she slept with him. But there was a problem with your behavior too. I see. And what did you want me to do?
Alan, my hope is that you are willing to share some inheritance with me.
Hang on a second. Did you really already forget what I told you the other day, Mindy?
I didn't forget at all. Even if I can't get half, you could at least pay me enough to get rid of the damages, right?
It's not about the price at all, though.
That's just in general, right? I looked it up one more time, but apparently inheritance can be an exception sometimes.
I see. And what is that exception?
Well, if the person that was around you was helping you out, the court sometimes admitted that the person is entitled to some of the money. You know, when your father passed, that I was all over you and helping you out, right?
I mean, sure.
By being by your side when you were depressed, I did what I could as your wife to support you. Which means that I have a right to get some of your inheritance.
Alan, we're not saying you need to pay $500,000, but you should at least give her enough to make the damages payments.
I agree with him.
I see. That's interesting. I didn't see you working that angle.
Alan, you are not going to come up with any excuses now.
Whatever. There's too many things that I need to correct, so I'll go one by one. First off, sir, ma'am. What is it? You said that Mindy told you that I never bothered to do anything with her. I'm sorry to break this to you, but she's completely lying. I guess if the question is, was I always around her 24/7, then no. I have to work to make sure that I can support the household. But I did take off 2 days a week and make time for my wife. Really?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying about the days that you were off on, like, holiday. You always went somewhere.
Oh yeah, I went to go to the convenience store to buy lunch sometimes.
Don't lie like that. You went out besides that, too.
I mean, I went out to go buy stuff for stuff that we needed around the house, but generally I'm an indoor kind of guy, so I spent most of my time in the house.
Don't lie. Do you have proof?
Sure, I've got proof. I've got security cameras installed for, well, security. I'm sure there's a lot of me rolling around in the living room in the records.
That's what I mean.
Huh?
You said that you were an indoor person and you never did anything with me. That's why I went outside to relieve some stress.
Mindy, hang on. That's not what you were telling us. You told us that Alan was out all the time and that he never really messed with you. Is that not what's going on?
Well, it's that, plus the indoor thing, too.
But Alan wasn't at the house because he was out working for the family. That's exactly right. Actually, I invited her to go out fairly often, but she just kept telling me no. Really?
Don't get tricked by him, Dad.
I'm not tricking him, though.
Whatever the case, I'm an exception, so I've got a right to some of that damned inheritance.
About that, your reasoning isn't gonna fly in court.
Why? I did help you out with your grieving process, didn't I?
Yes, they're talking about the support after the inheritance was received. Let's say, for example, that I got real estate as inheritance. Then you had to spend some money to renovate and also pay some additional taxes. In that case, yes, you contributed to maintain the wealth, so you are able to receive a portion of that wealth.
So you're saying that basically if I spent money on the inheritance, then I could be entitled to some of it?
I mean, it's not always the case, but you're right about the general idea. Whatever the case, this time around, it doesn't really fit the bill.
But I really did support you, didn't I? I helped you out. I cooperated, you ungrateful prick.
Yeah, about that, I wish I could say thank you.
Huh?
I mean, we always got along so well this whole time. Were you only being kind to me when Dad passed because you wanted to get that money?
Of course it's all just an act. You've really got to learn to read the room from time to time, you know? Oh my God.
You remember saying this the other day, right?
Why?
I figured something like this would happen, so I had my audio recorder turned on the whole time.
But that's not fair.
Not fair? You mean like how you were sneaking around my back bumping uglies with some random guy?
Shut up.
That's not it either.
My husband works hard, but I kind of just got bored of him. I'm only interested in you now, Ted.
Nope, not done yet.
Ted, I think I'm going to divorce my husband soon. I want to just get the inheritance and then dump his ass, so hang on for a second, okay?
What?
Why the hell do you have that?
My PI is extremely useful. He was able to record most of the conversations that you had.
I wasn't expecting any recordings.
Sir, ma'am, after hearing that exchange, are you really going to just listen to everything that your daughter is telling you?
Dad, Mom, this isn't what it seems. There's a really good reason for all of this.
Alan, I'm really sorry for my behavior.
I'd like to extend my apologies to you as well.
I am truly, truly sorry. It's okay. I know that you two were being tricked by Mindy as well.
Guys, stop it with that. You're embarrassing me.
We're embarrassing you? How dare you lie to your own parents like it was nothing?
We felt a little sympathy for you at first, but I don't think there's any room for sympathy now. No, this really isn't what it seems like.
Then explain to us what the hell is really going on.
Well, Alan just didn't satisfy me anymore, so...
You're still going to go on, huh? Just because you got bored of Alan doesn't mean that you can have an affair. That means that you're completely in the wrong.
You really betrayed your partner just for that? It's not something that can be forgiven. I'm really sorry. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Mr. Allen, I would absolutely appreciate it if you sued her for the full damages.
Wait, hang on.
You just shut the hell up.
How much do you think you're going to be charging for the damages?
Well, I talked to my lawyer, and she thinks that about $30,000 is a reasonable price to ask for.
$30,000? Hang on just a second, that's not what you said. You literally were talking about $20,000 a little while back.
You apparently used quite a bit of money in the dates with your affair guy, huh?
What are you talking about?
You can't sit there and act stupid. I've set up my credit card so that I get notifications the second it gets used, so I know when and where you used it. The receipts all have the exact location. And what do you know? It looks like you're using the card in the same place as the affair.
But wait a second, that's something that you could have figured out the other day too, right? Why are you going to bump up the price now after all this time?
Mindy, if you had actually shown any kind of remorse, I thought about dropping the price down to $20,000. I would have even considered dropping it some more too.
Huh?
But you didn't show any kind of remorse at all. If anything, you just keep coming up with excuses. That's why I'm not planning on accusing you $30,000 as I was planning. Yes, I agree with him.
Wait, hang on.
What?
I'm sorry, Alan. I'll regret everything that I've done this whole time. I won't sit here and say that I want any of your inheritance either, so please forgive me, okay?
What do you want me to do if I forgive ya?
Well, I would really appreciate it if you just made the amount of money you were going to sue me for cheaper.
No.
Why?
Because I've already decided it.
But you said that you considered dropping the price if I showed any kind of remorse.
That was the other day. The second you heard that I was considering dropping the price if you were remorseful, you act remorseful. How fake is that?
It's not fake. I really feel guilty about what I did.
Then why didn't you just show that to begin with, huh? Why did you start acting this way the second that you were cornered by everything?
That's because...
Because you're now in a tight spot and you're trying to wiggle out. That's it, right?
I said no.
Then how about you just quietly accept your damages, huh? Someone who's really remorseful would be willing to just accept that.
But I don't have $30K to pay you.
If you don't have the money to pay that money, then how about you ask Ted or whatever? He probably loves you, so he'll cover your expenses.
But Ted is...
What? About her little partner. The second he found out that she was having an affair with him, he completely cut ties with her and hasn't responded to her at all. Huh? So that's...
I can't.
You were basically abandoned.
I said I can't take it.
You abandoned someone and someone abandoned you. Perfect example of karma, huh?
Shut up. But you understand what's going on now, right? I don't have any savings left either, so please, I'm begging you. Just make the damages cheaper. I really regret everything that I've done to you.
This is all way, way, way too late.
Ugh, I'm sitting here letting you talk and you've literally got $1 million. You should be willing to drop a petty $30K.
That's not the problem here. You caused problems by adultery. That's literally betrayal. That betrayal is not able to be forgiven with words. You need to show it through actions. That's what the damages is. It doesn't matter how much I have. I'm gonna charge you $30,000 after we get a divorce.
No, I don't wanna. I'm not gonna pay that amount of money. I'm going to use my rights to say no.
If you're not interested in paying, then I'll take you to court.
Court?
And I'll add on all of the legal fees, too.
Add on? Wait, hang on. You can't add more.
Then I highly suggest that you settle out of court.
But I can't spend $30K. I don't have that kind of money. No means no.
Enough!
Uh.
Every time you open your mouth, you just say something else about yourself. Just like Alan said, you show no regret or remorse for what you've done.
I said that I...
Shut up!
Alan, we have no complaints with how much you're charging for damages. We'll make sure that she takes responsibility for what she's done.
Thank you so much.
Hang on. Are you really going to just abandon me, Alan?
Yeah.
Why? We're still married for now, right? You don't have any kind of love left in your heart at all?
Nope, I can't say I do. Sounds like my heart has strayed away from you, just like yours has from mine.
But come on, help me. Alan! Alan!
Afterwards, we officially got divorced, and I sued her for $30,000 just like I planned. I also sued the man for $20,000 as well. Mindy ended up going back to her hometown, and she works at a small store there paying off the damages. She's being strictly monitored by her parents back at her parents' house. As for me, my life is not very peaceful after all the problems were solved between my wife and I. I'm being frugal with the money that I received from my father as well. If I find a new member for my family, I might need it. They say that being prepared is the best thing you can do. Trouble busters!